Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you something.
Sure.
You're a bikini barista, right?
Yes.
And a hardcore conservative, kind of, or some like you're on. Leaning,
I'm not hardcore conservative.
You're leaning
no.
right.
Yeah.
So, and you don't like sex work?
No.
So why do you think? And you're a Christian. So
Yeah.
how are you a Christian and against sex work, but yet you're in a bikini all day serving food and getting tips?
You don't think that Christians?
That's
You
a
don't
good
think
question.
that Christians can go to the beach in a bikini? You don't think that?
Yeah,
Christians
but that's
can...
still like that's like
How?
a lot of sex workers do like bikini barista.
Yeah, because
you're not
they're probably
practicing.
Also
You're not.
selling their pussy on the
You're
side.
not.
Just let them.
You're not like you're not practicing modesty or anything that's in the Bible.
What's
so
your
this,
definition of modesty?
Not being in a bikini.
Not being in a bikini.
So you want to let your wife at the beach in a bikini?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't let my wife go to the beach in a bikini.
You
but
make extra tips.
Let's pull up her Instagram.
I wouldn't
Can we pull
want
up
her
Instagram?
working in a
Just-
bikini.
Not you don't want the what's
No.
wrong with Instagram?
You make extra tips for being in the bikini, and
I'm just
so
just a show.
Shaming sex workers, like you're basically a stripper. So I don't understand
a
why.
stripper, yeah, because I touch
I don't
people and
think
I
that's
dance
fair.
on people for money.
Do you have
don't
a
think that's
problem?
fair.
Just
She's
like,
not-
did
she's
you have
not
a
a
man?
stripper.
Did you have a man that like cheated on you with
No,
a stripper?
in fact, I had a really good father that raised me to have morals.
Me too, and he's watching, and he's very proud of
Here,
me for my
it
accomplishments.
is
I pay
to
his
some
rent,
degree- here.
so thank you very much, babe.
In your notes to us, you said
But-
most people don't date. Or did you have something really quick?
It's not quick. You already know.
Can you just
don't
give us a
know.
20-second blurb?
What is
Just-
it?
I wanted to say that I actually really appreciated his argument against, the concept of rights. Like, it was a really good, thought-provoking way to put things, that rights don't actually exist. I would like to say, for consideration, rights were taken away. That is why the concept
We can't
of right...
take away something that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Interruption? Interrupting?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Rights were taken away. The concept that we have of rights was taken away from black people and other groups which we would consider minorities. That is why the concept has to exist, just to verbalize what was taken away from minority groups.
Okay, so for you, you said in your pre-show notes to us, most people don't date for marriage anymore. It's extremely hard to find a traditional wife-husband who wants to raise their children under biblical values.
Yeah.
Now, I guess my question for you is, how do you reconcile that statement with the fact that you are a bikini barista and don't appear all that traditional in your social media presence? And that's why I wanted to, if we can, pull up the Instagram, just...
Well, it depends on what you mean by
ahead, Nick.
traditional. Traditional to me means submitting to your husband. Traditional to me means being a good Christian. It means being a
How
good
can
wife.
you find
But
one
what
if
about
you're...
modesty?
What do you mean? I am modest.
In the modesty in
Currently,
appearance.
but
Nick,
like while you're at the
My
workplace.
actions, I am a very, very modest person.
Sex work is not modest.
I'm not
she's
in
not,
sex
she's
work.
not, she's not a sex worker,
Don't-
but
Technically.
look,
I'm
to
definitely. I would never
she
touch
makes-
someone
Please
for money.
don't
I would never
straw
do
man.
anything gross like that for money. I'm good.
what was your name again?
Savannah.
Savannah. To Brian's point, look, you're a beautiful woman. You're intelligent.
Thank
I think
you.
you're well spoken.
Thank you.
You're welcome. To Brian's point, I haven't seen your social media. It sounds like is there an abundance of bikini pics?
Yes.
Here, we'll pull it up just for...
Okay.
I'm proud of my body. Like,
Scroll
there's
down
nothing. The thing is that everybody associates nudity to sexuality, and to me,
Lord have
it's
mercy.
not the same.
We must stay focused, brothers. We
And
must
if you're lusting
stay
over me,
focused.
that is your sin.
This I completely disagree with. Hold on one second. Okay, so Brian, what was her statement about finding it difficult to find?
Most people don't date for marriage anymore. It's extremely hard to find a traditional wife-husband who wants to raise their children under biblical values.
Okay, so
So how do you reconcile that
I'm
statement?
saying this with all due respect. I genuinely respect you.
Thank you.
As a traditional Christian man who wants a traditional Christian wife, to be quite frank, if I saw your Instagram page, immediately I would write you off as a non-traditional, non-Christian woman. I would assume that you weren't Christian. When I see a woman's Instagram page and I see bikini pictures all over the place, showing off the booty, all that kind of stuff, I'm like, yo, this is the exact opposite of modesty. And I'm not interested in that. And I would argue that you are probably making it much more difficult on yourself to find the kind of man that your heart longs for by living this kind of lifestyle where you're posting these images of yourself. Because I know a lot of traditional Christian dudes, a lot of them, across the board, they want modesty in women, and they would not classify that Instagram page as modest.
Sure, that's fine. I'm not really looking for a husband, though. I was just stating that it is hard. To be fair.
Part of
Can I
the
ask
reason
how
why
that's
it's
not-
hard is because I think you're making it harder on yourself with the job that you work and also with your Instagram presence.
Okay, sure, that's valid.
And isn't it using sexualization to get money?
No, I'm not doing anything sexual at all.
You literally are in a bikini with your ass out getting tips. I know how it works.
She wants to
Okay.
smoke.
Well, I just
yeah, like, okay, are you
You
not?
get tips just like
Can you
strippers
not
get
be
tips.
a bikini, be in a bikini and be
No,
a
I'm not-
Christian?
Yeah,
like,
wait,
what the
yeah,
fuck?
no,
Azure,
but-
it's Azure, right?
but this
I
is
give
the
you.
question.
It is-
I
look,
give
it
you
is not
credit.
modesty.
You
It's
want the
not
Well, it
smoke from
depends on your
everybody.
definition of
Well,
modesty.
okay, so my definition.
In Europe, it's considered modest,
so
right? Like you go out onto a beach, you're naked. That's
Savannah,
fine.
Savannah.
Yeah.
Sounds
you're-
like it's
Savannah.
just
Hold on.
That's not when
Savannah,
you're getting tipped.
hold on. Savannah, you're
I'm
saying.
getting tipped to make coffee.
Ladies, please.
with your ass out.
Please
so don't
stop.
shame sex workers. That's all.
She
I'm
wants
saying.
Not
smoke.
sex work.
She wants
Holy
the smoke
shit.
from
It's very. It's
Not. I'm not touching
it's a-
anyone for money. You're lusting after me. I'm not doing shit. I'm making coffee.
You, Savannah, are eliciting lust from men by dressing
It's
this
their
way.
fault for
Well, that's
lusting
the
after
same
me.
thing.
No,
Would
that's
be-
like putting your breasts in a man's
Yeah, but that's
face
the
and being
same
like, why are
argument
you
as a
looking at
stripper.
them?
No,
Why are-
it's not.
Yes,
I
it
would
is.
never do
You're
that.
You literally do it
They
for a living.
come
You flaunt
through
your
my
body.
coffee stand.
Hang on,
Like,
let me
that's
ask this.
their-
Let me ask this. What's the distinction when you say they're lusting after me? Couldn't the stripper make the same argument?
Yeah, except for a stripper's touching and doing sexual
Okay,
Yeah, but,
so-
acts.
but hang on, hang on.
It seems like
There's
you're
a
just
big
like trying to
Let's say the
find a
stripper,
way
the stripper
to-
never
There's a
touched
fine
him.
line between
Let's say the
using
stripper
your-
never touched him, ever, never touched any of the Johns. Just showed up and shook her ass. That's all she did.
Sure, I don't do that.
Yeah, but let's say that's all she did. Okay, she's not touching anybody now.
Sure.
She's using her sexualization to make money. Wouldn't just like you are, right?
No.
What's the distinction then?
The difference is that you're dancing and you're shaking your ass and you're doing that to elicit a feeling to get money, right?
And what is the
right?
bikini for?
So the bikini,
Exactly.
no.
It seems like you're trying to
Wait,
like
hold on,
justify
just
the
38.
reason
One sec,
why.
one sec.
I am a Christian, but I think women should be head of household. I am all for women with stake in the game, but the sword penetrates the chalice, not the other way around. We see reality.
Real.
Yo, thank you, Bum, man. Appreciate it.
What does that mean?
Look, this whole idea that like it's on men to control their lust. Yes, okay, I agree. Men have the responsibility to control their lust, but women also have a responsibility to not elicit that lust from men.
By what
and
I'm wearing.
By you
to
choosing.
be specific.
Yes.
By
Savannah,
what I am wearing.
Savannah, come on. If there's two women and one is
So am I
wearing-
eliciting that when I
Please
go
let
to
me
the beach
speak.
with my
Please
bikini?
let me
Okay,
speak.
I apologize.
If there's two, thank you. If there's two women and one of them is wearing a modest dress and the other woman is wearing a bikini that shows off her breasts and her butt, obviously men are going to lust. They're more likely to lust after the woman that's in a bikini with all of her curves showing. She is making a choice to wear something that shows off her body. She is going to elicit lust. Do you concede that?
I agree, but that is also not my responsibility
Okay,
to be responsible
let me
for
ask
your
it a
lust.
different way.
That's fine. It's you can say it's not your responsibility, but just don't call yourself traditional or modest.
Well, let me
I
ask
am.
this a different
You're
way.
not.
That's fair.
Inside
we
of
can,
your-
we can,
Inside of your capacity as a bikini barista, can you name a single virtue of being a bikini barista? What is a single virtue? What about it is in any way virtuous?
I'm not going to answer that. Like, I don't know what you're trying to get out of that question.
Okay, so if a guy,
It's not a
if
job that I enjoy doing.
Yeah,
it's not
if a
like it's
guy
my
is in-
dream job. I have two
Do you
college
aspire?
degrees.
Do you
I'm
aspire to
working
be
on
the?
it.
Do you aspire to be the Proverbs 31 wife?
I don't know.
Well, you agree that
I may not get
Christianity,
married.
just
I
to
don't
follow
know.
up on this, you agree that Christians need to be virtuous, right?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
What are the virtues of being a bikini barista?
I never said that there was virtues
Yeah,
of being a bikini
but when
barista.
you're asked specifically to say, hey, listen, it's not my problem that these guys over here they all want to put their hands all over me. They can't, but they want to, and that's why I make extra money.
I mean, that
but that
happens when
stripper
I
over
have
there,
clothes on,
they're doing
too.
something wrong. That's insane.
No, that's fine. But even
That's
when
a
I have clothes
hypocrisy,
on,
and
men
there's
are
no
the same
virtue.
thing.
There's
That's
no
fine.
virtue.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree on that. But men want to do the same
There's
thing
no
when
di-
I have clothes on too. I could be wearing a potato sack, and men would still want to do that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because men have sex drives. But if you're wearing a bikini, it is
But that
going.
is
It is
your
going to
responsibility.
stimulate a man's sex drive.
Then that's
Anything
Just
could
like
stimulate
Savannah,
a man's sex
Savannah,
drive.
Savannah.
Should I wear a hijab
Savannah.
then?
No, you don't have to wear
Like-
a hijab.
I prefer a burqa,
You
to
don't-
be honest.
You don't
Burqa,
have to,
okay.
but Savannah, just like it's a man's job, it's a man's
Get the rocks.
responsibility to control
Abdul,
his lust. It's
get the rocks.
also
Get the
a
rocks.
woman's responsibility. If she calls herself a traditional modest Christian,
Hikima
to not
donated
inspire lust.
$200. Abortion is a necessary evil, should be strictly regulated. God-given rights made up. Andrew W. Brixton, PLS. Stop showing these girls half-naked pics. I don't have Insta for reason. Only 304s.
Okay.
Chase
All right.
W.
Thank you.
Question. If you start dating a guy, your boyfriend or your husband, if he requested you take down those photos, would you oblige him?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Do you think it might improve if you were interested in dating, do you think it might improve your dating prospects in the traditional Christian male pool to remove those photos?
Yeah, it probably would. But the thing is that I'm not dating right now. I'm not interested in dating right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just living
What
my
I'm
life,
curious
having
about
fun.
still, if you just don't mind one last follow-up.
And then I'm going to bring Selena
My
finally in.
big curiosity here still is I'm caught up on this idea that you have no responsibility. I have
crazy.
no responsibility. It's their responsibility
I mean,
for the
Muslims
because
would say
hang on,
Let
hang on.
him finish his point. No interrupting.
Nationale donated $200. Azir's only W all night. She's right, you are basically a stripper just like in states that don't allow female strippers to strip nude.
Yeah.
No difference, you just want to feel different from the of girls.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, well, in this case, this super chatter hits the nail on the head. And what the super chatter is saying is the same thing I'm going to tell you or ask you, which is, why couldn't anybody engage in sex work?
Grid One Motorsports donated $200.
Yeah, thank you, Grid One. Appreciate it, man.
Brian, I leave you alone for a few minutes and wow. To Savannah,
wild.
would you make the same tips if you were in a modest dress?
Right. Well, this gets to the heart of it real quick. So all of the women who are involved in any kind of sex work, you realize, can use the same exact argument you just did, which is to say
No.
the responsibility is 100% on the John. If he wasn't coming to have sex with us, then I wouldn't even be a prostitute, would I?
No,
if the
'cause you're
John wasn't coming in to watch me strip,
You're
I wouldn't even be able to
consenting
strip,
that
would I?
action. You're doing a
shifting-
sexual
hang on, let me-
action.
just
So
let
are
me
you.
finish the
No,
point.
I'm not.
Yes,
What am I
you
doing
are.
that's
You're
sexual?
making coffee in a bikini.
That's not
inherently
sexual.
sexual.
And you
Yes,
get
it
tips.
is.
No, it's
You
not.
get-
Why
you
does
get
it- why-
paper
I'm not
dollar
dancing
tips
on
like
someone. I'm
every
not
other
touching
stripper.
somebody. I'm not doing anything.
Why would a woman walk into her bedroom on her wedding night in lingerie for her husband? Because
Lingerie
that
and bikinis are
lingerie
very
is inherently
different.
sexual. They're very different in the sense that there's lace on it and it's different
No,
materials, but
no.
you're showing off the
I'm
curves
covered.
of your body
No,
to
yeah.
stimulate your
So-
man's
so you
sex
want-
drive.
Might as well just go to the beach and
So
lingerie.
you want
then,
them to
right?
believe?
The
You
men who are
honestly-
buying coffee
hang on,
are
hang
tipping
on, I
you
just
in
want- just
dollars
this
like
last thing, 'cause this will
strippers.
make your point too.
Or not.
They're coming
That's
to
like-
get
You
coffee
honest-
because you're in a bikini.
Yeah, you
they could go to a
honest-
better coffee shop.
Then that's their issue.
Well,
but
could
I'm
you
making
honestly
coffee.
say that
But you
you're-
know
That's my-
exactly why you
Yeah.
work that job to make more money
It's
and
the
tips.
same reason
Yeah,
you're
I can
posting
make more money.
bikini photos on your Instagram to solicit
Yeah,
sexual
can you honestly
attention.
say that
No.
your employer was like, I want you to wear a bikini because it's really hot in here?
I don't give a shit what my employer
Is that
thinks.
what your employer was like? I want you to wear a
I
bikini
don't
because
give a
it
shit.
gets up to like 90 and I'd really just, I want you to be cool while you're working. Why do you think your employer wants you to wear a bikini while
That's
you're serving
their
coffee?
responsibility. If they come through because
Yeah,
they
but
want
why do you
coffee
think
or
he
they
does?
want to look at my
Girl,
ass,
but
that's
work
why
at
do you
their
think he
Starbucks.
does?
If you want a husband one day and you're a Christian, work at Starbucks.
Nah, I'm good. They support abortion.
Okay.
Wait.
We'll find another hometown coffee
And you
shop.
support sex work, so.
No, I don't. That's literally not sex work.
Yeah, it's literally sex work.
literally not sex
Abortion
work.
or
It's literally
It's-
sex
it's
work.
still
not
soliciting your
It's
body
not
just like a
debatable.
sex
It's not
worker.
sex work.
And you
It's
get,
not sex. I'm not doing anything sexual whatsoever.
and then they
Period.
hand you
Except the
cash
sex
tips
work.
after the, you.
It's literally not sex work.
Nick, what's going on?
I think she's dipping, bro.
Wait, no, it's are you leaving? Oh, okay. I thought she was leaving. I had more. I was about to get. Okay.